Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 85 coming at you with special guest Doran Anzolin. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
Rock on.
This is riveting.
Lots of Big Ten championship talk. 19 hours. Whew, big time. Some NFL hot takes. And then we get to learn a little bit more about our special guest, and he gets to fire some questions at us. Ready to go?
I'm ready.
Episode number 85. I can already tell it's going to be a good show.
W. Good.
W. Okay, so off the top stuff. Let's get to know Doran.
Well, one sec. Hold on. What about episode 85? Who's your guys 85?
Oh, Antonio Gates, great tight end with the Chargers.
Don't encourage it, dude.
I love it. it.
He's a great pull.
Also, Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco, 85. He's a bit overrated. He likes to get himself out in the media, but
I'm Team Ocho Cinco, Team Doran, respectfully to Team Tal. So, Team Doran.
What about Team TK? Tom Kennedy, 85. He's got a couple of big third down plays.
TK 85.
Preseason hero.
That's a sleeper pick right there. That's a sleeper pick, yeah.
Sixth rounder. He's probably still drafted, but in the 85 draft, he's a late round.
He's a late round.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that the three of us are a little bit funny. I had heard about Doran, and then about 6 weeks ago, we were at Natalia Union's wedding.
Yeah.
We met, we chatted, got along really good. I know his girlfriend, her family, and we're like having a good time. Talking about the show, talking about sports, like 78 topics in about 7 minutes. And then we were talking about having you on the show.
Yeah. Shout out to the significant others for letting us do that too, eh?
Yes, shout out to the significant others. Just let us go talk. I was able to hang out with kind of the young, fun kids. And Daniela was mostly with old Italians, I think.
Yeah. There's a few old Italians there. And also, shout out to Tal and Brian for the wedding. Also, fall wedding. We're not a fan of that, are we? We're not a fan of that. But,
Unless you're going to get married at like 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning, yeah. As long as there's no soccer on, though, either, too, right? That's another thing. But more than anything, fall football takes priority. But, things you do for love. So, shout out to Tal and Brian. We were there. It was a good time.
Not this Tal, the other Tal.
Other Tal. Other Natalia, sorry.
Yeah. So, we spent probably half an hour together, then a few text messages after that. And then Isaac and I were just prepping for the show this week. And I said to Isaac, well, you know him better than I do. Why don't you, set up the episode? So why don't you two talk about how you two know each other?
Okay, I'll go briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
I used to work at Staples. Shout out Staples.
Yeah, shout out Staples.
Yeah. Respectfully, don't work there anymore. All good, though.
All good.
Bigger and better things. That's all.
All good. I met Doran just as a customer. We had a brief, no more than 10-minute interaction.
Yeah.
Dudes being dudes. I don't even think we talked about sports. We just
life.
We just got along.
Yeah.
So when we talk about dudes being dudes, becoming buddies really easily and quickly, it's like, okay, this is a cool dude. I'm a cool dude. We're just going to be boys.
Yeah.
So that is my side of it. Doran, do you want to tell your side of the Staples meeting?
Yeah, it was just an A+ customer service experience. So shout out to Staples. They lost a good one, unfortunately. But hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, right? So I was there getting my girlfriend a gift. She was going to Bulgaria for a year. Electronic frame. Who buys those anymore, right? So shout out to Sophia.
Normally old people.
Yeah, normally old people. So, I'm looking through the aisles and I'm thinking man, what is this? What am I looking for? Where is it? And Isaac comes along. He's like, hey, you look a little lost. Can I help you with anything? And I explained the situation. Yeah, looking for a frame for my girlfriend. She's going away for a year. She's trying to get away from me. What are you going to do? I want to get her a frame to show her, that home life is pretty good. This is what you're missing out on. So I was just like, okay. Well, what about the Google Home? I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
And you recommended this. And anyways, long story short, I ended up buying it, but you guys didn't have it at the store. I had to go to a different store. And Isaac just started, telling me about himself. And I'm like, oh, business major, English major, that's awesome. English is sweet. I had an awesome English teacher at Holy Names. Shout out to Miss
Come
Junior.
on, you didn't, you just...
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
dropped your mom's name. And you're like, that's my mom. I'm
That's
like, no way.
Connection. Yeah.
So, and then it just spiraled from there. So we didn't talk about sports. We were just guys.
As you were walking out the door, a brief sports, there was a game on that night or something. I do remember sports being like, hey, you like sports, I like sports, and that was the end.
That was it. But, we don't need to talk about sports all the time for us to identify.
No, we are well-rounded individuals.
Yeah.
We just happen to have a love of sports that borders on a little bit of insanity.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
You'll go 85 episodes without watching lots of Pacers-Hornets games.
Lots of Pacers-Hornets games. Who's watching the Wizards?
Everybody seems to have the Wizards force-fed down their throats. I don't really know why.
Yeah, I don't
know. It might have to do with vaccines.
Possibly.
Could be.
Keep it moving.
Could be.
Put him in jail.
Off the top, World Cup is happening. Lots of big upsets. So long Brazil.
Yeah.
So long Portugal. Croatia, Morocco. Two little countries that are just kicking but England and France playing right now. You're a big England guy.
I'm an England guy, yeah. A lot of my Man City players play for them, so shout out to England. But, yeah, a lot of the crybabies are kind of gone from the tournament. No offense, Brazil, but, we don't need them anymore. They're divers, so strong and resilient teams are left. And we're for that, right?
Yeah, we're for... World Cup's been great. It really, as a guy who's a very neutral, kind of soft soccer fan, it's been super entertaining.
Yeah.
We'll probably have my buddy on next episode who's watched, he's getting up at 4 a.m. to watch the equivalent to Pacers Hornets of the World Cup. He's getting up super early.
Yeah, I'm just checking in with Dale. He's helping us produce today. He's from home. He's doing this remotely, and he is good to go whenever we are ready.
Perfect.
For next episode.
Yeah, for Dale.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dale.
Thanks, Dale. We'll have a World Cup thing next episode. I think there's a demand for that. I think soccer, people do really care about, right? When I'm in school and I'm doing work and I see other screens with soccer on, it's okay, wow, so people care about this.
Yeah, respect.
Respect to them, exactly. So there's a lot of that. So yeah, World Cup's been great. Good job, World Cup.
Okay. The big hat thing is stupid.
Bad take.
Oh my gosh.
You like big hats
No,
too?
I hate it. I hate it.
Thank you. He likes big hats.
What trend is that? What is I feel like I'm missing something.
So it's the Robinson dude who got
Yes.
shot, who's a baller. His buddy makes these stupid big hats.
Stupid.
And now there's a lot of people wearing these dumb big hats.
Yeah.
Let me Al Pacino, Scent of a Woman, end speech, very brief here. The big hat thing is great. First of all, Brian Robinson is such a good story. You have to root for him.
I agree.
Okay. And then he's just my buddy sells big hats, so you guys should buy them. As he's wearing a big hat. I'm in. I'm sold. That's all I need. Josh Allen's wearing one Thursday Night Football. Love it. Now it's getting traction. The fact that Tal knew about it shows wow, this is reaching the masses.
It is true.
He is not in depth.
I don't think 53-year-olds are their target market.
Yeah.
53-year-old white dudes from Windsor.
I'm
not their target market.
No, I'm not buying stock though.
Okay.
I'm not buying stock.
I am. I did early, so I can already cash out now at a profit.
For sure.
But I'm gonna hold on to it because it's a fun long term. I'm a big hat guy. I probably
order
won't
one?
buy one. I probably won't buy one.
How much do they cost?
Zero idea. I have no idea.
So is it correlated to the Commanders' success? The better the Commanders do,
100%.
the more these become a commodity.
No, the better Robinson does.
If Chase
Robinson,
Young
okay.
was promoting it, I wouldn't care. But the fact that it's Brian Robinson who got shot and now he's a running back and is awesome, should be comeback player of the year. Won't get it, but should be. That's the definition of comeback, I think. Right? But that's a different conversation. Shout out Geno Smith because he probably will win it.
That's my guy too. Yeah.
Yeah, rooting for Geno.
Yeah.
Yep.
So big hats rock. That's my stance.
No,
Hooah.
they're dumb.
Okay.
Shout outs to Isaac and Daniela for a sweet setup. We didn't really talk about this. It was my birthday last week.
Happy
I came
birthday.
home from work.
We already did that bit.
Happy birthday.
But I don't think I thanked you guys and obviously the fans for the support of setting up our basement to really be prime sports viewing area. You're right. Your first take.
It's impressive. It's impressive. I was almost breathless as a sports fan there coming downstairs. I was like, oh my gosh.
Our house is nondescript. You don't really know. It's kind of like walking into Batman's house and then you walk into the layer in the basement.
It's a layer. It's for sure a layer. I was actually thrown off guard.
Layer.
No. I was thrown off guard when I walked into the house, and I was like, "Oh, I thought these guys were sports guys," and they told me, "Just you wait." And I walked downstairs, and oh my goodness, what a setup!
The truth.
It's a good setup.
Yep. Okay. I like the fact that there's a bit of rivalries happening in the NBA. I like the old school NBA where people just hated each other. It didn't really matter if the Pistons and the Chicago Bulls or the Celtics, they went to school together. Once they played on their teams opposite each other, they were enemies.
Yeah.
I like the fact that some of that bad blood is Luka and Booker don't like each other. The fact that Zion did the 360 dunk and now they're all pissed off at him. Although I noticed nobody actually went and approached Zion because he's a freaking beast.
Yeah.
I like it. And the fact that everybody hates Gobert, I'm also good with that.
So I will. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yep.
Doran, are you pro Gobert or anti Gobert?
Anti-Gobert.
Good. Okay.
After that press conference in March of 2020, where he was just being an idiot.
And he helped bring the world down.
I think he started COVID.
There was no St. Patrick's Day.
He was actually second.
There was no St. Patrick's Day because of Rudy Gobert, in my mind.
Bad.
Yeah.
And LeBron won a fake finals ring because of Gobert. But that's, again, a different conversation.
Yeah.
So Tal doesn't stay up to watch the West Coast games often. So,
I don't either.
I love the Pelicans.
Do you go to the gym before work?
No, I actually do the gym at work, lunchtime.
Dub.
Shout out to St. Clair College.
Respect.
Yeah, shout out to St. Clair College.
If you ever want to get some J's up, let me know at St. Clair.
Sounds good.
I'm an honorary St. Clair student.
Really?
Honorary. Yeah.
Just because he's kind of a good fan.
Yeah.
Okay,
They gave me a
respect.
shirt one time for free when I was there.
Yeah.
So I think that's like
We
the
should go watch
deduction.
Tutu and who's your other dude? The short
The
dude?
Maslims, both Rhodey and Adam. But
Yeah,
yes,
Rhodey play.
We'll
yeah.
watch St. Clair. The Pelicans are great. Zion is awesome. The dunk did not break the code. That was a huge home win for the 1 seed in the West. I'm like a hey, let's not be stupid. That was not That was not like to show up the Suns. I think that was to send the fans home with a great show, and that's what they did. To add to this, Luka Ja, they were both in Detroit last week. I was able to see both games. Luka and Ja in person, something else. Very different than watching Killian Hayes and Rodney McGruder. No disrespect to either of them, but like watching Ja in person was really, really cool. What he does is unbelievable. Good job, NBA.
Hey, player development, Pistons, right? That's just the product that we're paying for right now. But
And it's a cheap product.
It's a cheap product, hey, very cheap product. But yeah, shout out to the Pelicans. That's kind of a coming out party for them. What they did in Zion's 360 dunk, I like it. The NBA needs it. NBA needs a little more storylines, and I'm all for it.
Yep. So normally the NCAA, they have just L's all over them. I have to give them a W because they did not move TCU down after losing to K-State. And I like that. I like that for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Selfishly, right? Now we're favored by 9 against TCU. But also, if you made it to the championship weekend, you should not get punished unless you lose 40-2.
Yes.
Right? They
Yep.
lost to K-State in overtime. W for the NCAA. And then Ohio State and Georgia. I'm looking for a beat the crap out of each other triple overtime game.
Yeah. I'm hoping nobody
I
gets...
don't want death, but I want
No.
some ankles.
I want some ankles. Make, you know what? A couple of muscle pulls, right?
Yep.
And yeah, I want to see those teams bring it all the way to the end. And yeah, TCU, shout out to them. I agree with you. NCAA win there. As a Michigan fan, I'm all for TCU because you know what? If you're Michigan, you got to go in with some confidence here. Big 12, you never know what you're going to get with them. But TCU, Max,
You're going to get a lot of points. That's
yeah, you're going to get a lot of points, not a lot of defense. And I think we're going to be able to run the ball down their throat. I don't think they've ever seen something with our offensive line in the Big 12. So yeah, shout out to TCU for making it this far, but I think the party's going to be over.
Are we transitioning to Michigan versus Purdue talk?
Unless we have any... I have no more off the top hot takes. Do you have any like lame takes you want to try?
No, really, this is not a lane take. Jerry Jones sucks.
Oh, Jerry Jones, you suck. Yeah,
People really aren't talking about that enough, I don't think.
I actually need to give LeBron a W for that, for bringing that to a little bit more media attention.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not a Jerry Jones fan or a LeBron fan, so they both suck to me. So I don't know why a mic is in front of their faces as much as it is, but
Especially Jerry Jones.
Well, Jerry Jones is a billionaire, runs the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have been the show since like the 70s. Like,
Yeah.
the
Not
team
now,
you
though.
love to hate. And, no, not now.
And then I shout out Ryan Terrell. I'm not sure. I told Tal.
Oh, yeah,
Doran,
Jewish
are you
Jordan.
familiar with Ryan Terrell?
no, Ryan Terrell.
Jewish Jordan.
He is the first Orthodox Jew.
Oh, with Pistons.
Yep.
Yes, shout out to him.
I met him.
G League dude.
Me and my cousin, he was at the Pistons game against Memphis,
Memphis.
and he was like signing before the game.
Very
and
cool.
me and my cousin, shout out Colin, we're just like, hey, that's Ryan Terrell. So we got a picture signed. He was rocking the Pistons yarmulke. Just big respect.
Love
sorry,
that.
Kyrie. Sorry, Kanye. Shout out Ryan Terrell.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
Indianapolis trip. So I
I
was
think you get to run for this on a while.
okay, but you guys got to help me out here.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have some questions,
Okay,
right?
so I was boots on the ground. I went to Indianapolis for the Michigan-Purdue game with my boy Ethan. Now, the only reason why Ethan isn't a guest today is because I don't think we'd be able to get through the segment without just laughing the whole time. Because when you spend 19 hours awake next to each other, there's some laughs.
Yep.
So we'll break it down. First, we've got some big things that we kind of have to touch upon. Urban Meyer Point. So we were row one. We just kind of bit the bullet and just got really good seats. We were row one down the sideline, and Urban Meyer and their little Big Noon kickoff crew. Urban was right there, and we were kind of chanting at Urban. I won't say what we were chanting, but you can probably put it together. It had to do with Ohio, and it had to do with something before Ohio.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
Fornication?
Nope, that doesn't make sense. So we're yelling at Urban Meyer, and we just kept pointing at him. We were just like, he's not going to, let's just all point at him. So we just kept pointing at Urban during pregame commercial breaks, and a few times we're like, man, I think he's looking at us. But he didn't do anything. And in the very end of the game, he looks and he just points right back at me and my buddy, because we were the ones that just kept going. And he kind of smiled, and then the section recognized it, and we kind of chanted a little louder. And he was smiling and egging us on. So respect to Urban Meyer. I love it. He's an awful dude.
Bad guy.
He earned some respect from me, though.
Bad guy.
Any other Urban Meyer points other than that he sucks?
He sucks.
Just sucks. Yeah, don't like him. He should be in jail too, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe for sure jail.
Yeah.
That's a good
Did
take.
he ask you or Ethan if you wanted to table dance with him? Or
Stop. No, we're not.
That would have
set.
been next.
Yeah.
Okay. Michigan legend Mark Bernstein, son of Sam Bernstein of the Sam Bernstein Law Firm.
Yeah, celebrity sighting.
We were able to meet in the streets of Indianapolis at 12:49 a.m. That's the photo that we have with him. That's the time. It says, me and my buddy are both completely sober, but this is after the game, and we're maniacs. I have streamers wrapped around my neck. I'm holding a Michigan pom-pom I found in a beer on the ground. Like, we look nuts. And
This would be a good episode for Daniela to not listen
that's
to.
fine. We cleaned the pom-pom. We, like, shook it in air to get the beer off.
You guys were, yeah.
That's almost like wash, rinse, sanitize it.
You might have COVID. You might have COVID now.
May or may
Well,
not. So,
You got
basically...
it now too.
Yeah.
We see Mark Bernstein, and I talked to my buddy. I'm like, hey, is that the lawyer from Michigan, Bernstein? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. I think so. And before he could finish, I go up and say, Mr. Bernstein. And he's like, yeah. Such a nice dude. We talked for a couple minutes. Just an awesome interaction. Took a picture with him. Super well spoken. We said he could have went to court and dropped a triple-double that night. He would have went like a 35, 12, and 12 type of game. Efficient, 8 for 9 from 3. He was awesome.
But his block or his line of the night was a great line.
This
Go
is
ahead,
a
give
quote.
it.
Your threshold for celebrities is very low, he said as he walked away. I think any Michigan fan is like, that's a sweet... Like, I told a lot of my Michigan sports buddies, and they're like, oh yeah, that's awesome. I know that guy. Of course I do. I grew up with his commercials. So shout out Mark Bernstein. I'll try to have him on the show, but I don't know if he'll want to come
He's
on.
a fan of the pod, right? He said?
Maybe. We
Is
didn't
he?
get that far.
He didn't say he wasn't.
He didn't say he wasn't. So we need to put him in the show picture, and then tag him in the Instagram, and then we'll get him on.
And then we'll just get blocked for harassing him and his
No,
endeavors.
it's not harassing.
Okay.
No.
It's all
Dr.
comfortable
Pepper...
grounds. No race, color, creed, sexual orientation, age, gender, marital status. None of that stuff.
Dr. Pepper contestants. I don't really know how. We ended up in some Dr. Pepper, like where our seats were. There's just a bunch of rows of Dr. Pepper people and Dr. Pepper shirts and name tags. And the people behind us had Dr. Pepper, like, jerseys on. And we put it together and, like, those are the people at halftime that go and throw the ball in the hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're Blake Bortles.
Yes.
That's
So,
it.
yeah.
Elite halftime event. There's nothing better than the Dr. Pepper halftime toss, 10 yards.
The first time we saw this was about 8 years ago.
This is a long story. Okay.
And there was somebody who was like doing that kind of like the throw, but just terrible form. They're about 2 for 15. And then that hashtag, everybody, why is Blake Bortles doing this halftime show? Shouldn't he be in the locker room? Couldn't
love
you know
that.
how to run plays?
I love that. I love that.
So we end up, we're in the Dr. Pepper section, and we're kind of going nuts. We're like, oh my God, Dr. Pepper, like at halftime. And they're like, yeah, that's us. So we're just screaming. I'll just leave it at this. The Dr. Pepper workers, very amused by our excitement that we were in the Dr. Pepper section. And we saw them at half, like Jalen and Sarah, like we saw them. They were next to us, and then they went on the field and were throwing it, and it was awesome.
Just from a financial perspective question, is there any chance Dr. Pepper's going to pay for more of your tuitions? That's still on me.
It's still on you for the time. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But there's a chance.
Yep.
Okay.
We made friends with a Fox camera guy named Michael. We thought his name was Pat. Turns out it was Michael.
Shout out
To Mike, yep.
Shout out Michael. He was on the field. We were in the stands, but he kept looking for fans to put on camera, and we just kept like screaming at him. We couldn't really hear dialogue, but at one point we made out the sentence, "You are ridiculous. I love it." So shout out Michael. He's
Nice.
a fan of Ethan and I and our antics.
Did you guys get on camera?
So you can kind of see us for the Loveland touchdown just because we're close, but I don't think there's like just a panning of fans and it's just me and my buddy screaming. I would have heard about that, I think. So I don't think we got on TV.
Okay.
This is a really good one. Last interaction, the Kentucky guy. We were stopping for gas just outside Indy on the way up, buzzing. We've got a football. Ethan's inside going. He's paying for gas. I'm outside just playing football with whoever I can find. And I see this nice big fella with a Kentucky license plate on his truck. And I can't do the accent, but is there a game or something going on down there? Like, why is it? I can't pull the accent.
That was good.
It was?
bad.
That was
Okay,
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that then. He was just confused because everyone that's stopping for gas was in maize and blue, right? Everyone's just coming up from Michigan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Purdue and Michigan play and Indy. Oh, wow, good for y'all, Dan. I appreciate that. And we talked to him for a while, and then he's kind of asks about the questions, how does Canada differ from America? And the easy thing I can say is
wow.
politics. It's just not a big deal. Not as big of a deal, right? That's fair to say.
Yeah.
And then that relates to being vaccinated. Most Canadians are vaccinated, and then it's just different. It's just different. So I say that, and he's like, you know what? Let me tell you something. and he goes on a nice rant about how he's not vaccinated, but he respects it and understands. He's like, personally, I just don't think I needed it. It was kind of like, I just don't need it. That's what he kept saying. And then he started imitating people that are anti-vax. It was a great interaction.
Nice.
And then we end up parting ways. Hey, have a good one. Hey, enjoy the game, boys. He leaves, and Ethan gets in the car, and then Ethan's like, hey, man, were you talking to that Kentucky guy? I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. And Ethan's like, he was inside, and he ordered something. I'm like, okay. And basically, this is what he ordered.
Cheeseburger dog?
Nope. This is from my buddy Ethan. Same Kentucky guy. He's a big fella. Can I get one meat lover's pizza? And there's a hesitation, and some macaroni. He was by himself. He was by himself.
Nice.
So he, for
Living
sure,
life.
America.
he downed that pizza and the macaroni. So Kentucky guys is our homie.
You don't get that in Canada or Ontario. You're not seeing that en route down on the 401 there. No. So that's, you know what? We can talk about the difference between Canada and the U.S. U.S. gets the W there, for sure.
Yeah, I remember driving to Florida. We've been driving to Florida for a long time. And that 3 a.m., when that first time I was with Dante, right? His uncle, my brother-in-law. For sure, this is 24 years ago. You get 3 o'clock in the morning, you go pee, get gas. We do it real quick, right? We drive straight.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving. We're back on I-75 South. And I said to Dante, did you see some like weird alien substance on the hot dog roller? He's like, I kind of did, but I wasn't sure if I was hallucinating. I said, did it look a little bit like a cheeseburger, but in the form of a hot dog? Yeah, it did. There was like ooze, like kind of squirting out of it. So cheeseburger dogs have been common for a while, but 24 years ago, this was a really freaky alien
24, Shadow Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe.
So, yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, Doran's my guy. Doran's coming on again. This is not going to be 40 minutes, by the way, Tal. Just so you know. Especially with your cheeseburger dog stories. Respectfully to them.
Yeah, but cheeseburger dogs are pretty epic. You either eat them or you enjoy the people who order them.
Okay.
Especially seeing that for the first time.
First time?
That'll discount double take right there, right? Like looking back, I'm like, oh my
take.
God.
Yep.
Wow.
So these are some smaller points here. Dr. Pepper Fan Fest convention. We ended up in some like convention hall for Dr. Pepper. That was really cool. Just like, good job, Dr. Pepper. Totally should sponsor the show. Got a picture of the Big Ten trophy. Really cool. Purdue fans, students around our age. Made friends with them. Keep it moving. The Loveland touchdown was right in front of us. That was really cool.
Nice.
That was hot. That was hot.
It was sick. Right in front of us. Michigan convoy on the way up. Driving up from Michigan to Indianapolis, it was just Michigan fans. And we obviously had a flag. When we were going through enemy territory in Ohio, we wanted people to know who we were rocking with.
Yeah.
Well, Ethan did this. He got a phone charger and he hung it. Do you know the thing by the seat? Like, above the window, you can like hold on it?
It's kind of called the oh shit bar.
Yeah. He crossed his iPhone charger and was able to hang our Tom Brady jersey on
nice.
through the window. It was really well done.
Love that.
So people could see that we were Michigan fans. Some Ohio plates did not like it, but that's fine. So we were in a convoy going up. Speaking of Ohio State, there's a dude at the game in Ohio State, all red, and I wanted to represent.
He was actually on the TV a lot.
I wanted to represent Michigan fans, so I went up and tried to be nice to this guy. And I'm being nice, and we're having a good talk, and he's like, but we're still going to get Michigan in the playoff. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, 1 plays 3 and 2 plays 4, and Michigan's 2 and Ohio State's 4, so we'll play. I'm like, no, I think it's 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. He's like, no, man, pretty sure it's 2 and 4 and 1 and 3. And we kind of went back and forth, and it just kind of left like, hey, have a good night, man. And then we look at him like, no, man, 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. I don't know why he thought 1 plays 3. That just doesn't make sense, right?
You know what?
The reason is he's from Ohio.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is Ohio State has been to the playoffs, I think 5 times now. So it's not like, this is a new experience for their fans.
Who dey?
Yeah. This is just, hey, I'm from Ohio. My education level is a bit less, actually a lot less than the normal person. And that's just the way it is. So that's Ohio for you.
So that was our interaction. It was a fine interaction. It was just a little, like, he was so adamant that Michigan will play Ohio State in the first round at 2 and 4. We did these notes at from the hours of 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. We drove through the night. Sorry, Mom. We're okay. We didn't stop. Why pay?
So what happened is I was playing tennis at 6:30 last Sunday morning. So I'm waking up, having my espresso. Isaac rolls in. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Hey, how's the game? Awesome. Okay, have a good night. See ya.
You know what though? As a father though, it could be a lot worse, right?
Oh,
It could be.
absolutely.
It could be him rolling back at 6 a.m. from downtown Olette and
Yeah.
getting into some things. No, just watching sports, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watching sports.
There's going to be a day where Deo and Les drop you off on the front porch and you're pissed drunk. And that'll happen, and that's okay. I'd rather do this, though.
Okay, I'm good. So we did these notes through the night. Big Nestle factory. Like I see Nestle. There's some factory on the way up.
Nestle?
Yeah.
Nestle, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nestle, whatever.
Yeah.
Nestle. And I just had to write it down because it was awesome. It was just like you could see like the bunny, like outside. It was a really big statue of the bunny. I thought it was worth noting.
That's cool.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
That's cool. Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
Well, I think we'll keep it moving. It's
Okay,
a
that
bit
was
odd,
four-
but I
that was-
guess it's 4 o'clock in the
It
morning.
was 4 a.m.
Sounds
and
pretty
we
cool.
were struggling, man.
Okay.
Then I'll wrap up with some souvenirs. I'll say the souvenir. If you want to hear the story about how we got it, you let me know. Many Big Ten championship banners.
Here.
Yeah, here.
Dr. Pepper Fan Fest, there was like a stack of them, and they were closing up, and we wanted to get them. And one lady's like, oh, you got to talk to this person. We talked to this person. That person was super chill and let us take like 15 of them. So we took a lot, and we just started giving them away to people.
Nice.
3 stolen towels.
Here. I want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done some of this in the past, so.
Student sections, Purdue and Michigan each had designated towels. Michigan student section had Michigan towels. Purdue student section had Purdue student towels. So we obtained 2 Michigan towels and 1 Purdue towel, just in case.
Nice.
1 obtained program.
Yes.
In the shop, now it wasn't where the programs are, but it was in the shop where you can buy them. It was like on the ground, like crumpled, like stomped up. But it was a nice program. So I got the program off of the ground.
Love that.
Dr. Pepper shirts and noisemakers.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You can put that one together. Dr. Pepper Fan Fest. Hey, do this, sign up for this, scan a code and get a shirt. Okay, deal.
Good.
Meyer sanitizer, lanyard, coupons, and magnet.
No.
Pass.
Sorry, Meyer. State Farm bags times 6.
Yeah.
The time 6 was what got me.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Ethan did these notes while I was driving. So there was like those see-through bags that you can get to go into stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
State Farm was just giving them away, but it was not like a regulated giveaway. It was like it was kind of like Halloween, like take one. And it's like, oh, okay, I won't take all of them, but you're gonna take more than one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hence times 6. Next to this table, State Farm fanny packs times 2. 2 State Farm fanny packs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, another one. Confetti/streamers.
No, you just found all that crap on the ground all over the place.
Yeah. That's a health and safety issue right
Yes.
there. That I
Yeah, that's Ebola.
Yeah.
2 halves of a Michigan flag and a floor pom-pom.
Yeah. I want to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Floor pom-pom I talked about, found it in some beer on the ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We shook it out, dried it out, fine.
2 halves of a Michigan flag on the walk from the stadium to the car. We found one of those Michigan car flags, the ones that we had, in half. But it broke and they left it on the ground. So obviously we picked it up and gave it to my friend.
That's nice.
It was so nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice.
Albert, listener of the show, guest of the show, he'll be on later.
Good.
Shout out Albert. This is the best one. Almost hot chocolate powder.
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to hear
We
it. It's the
probably need
season.
to mute this for Daniela.
This is good. Okay, so we did not want to spend any money. This is good stuff. This is like when you listen to this stupid podcast, this is why you're here. Okay, so we didn't want to spend any money other than tickets. Tickets, parking. That's it. I guess gas. We didn't want to buy a shirt. We didn't want to buy a program. We can pick that up off the ground and through Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
But there was like a little, do you know like hotels and airports, like you've got carts and you've got like a hot water and like tea bags and that kind of thing on it, like on the carts.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
In the corner of Lucas Oil Stadium, there was a little cart that had like hot water and cups and hot chocolate bags. And there's no one at the cart.
Free to a good home.
But it was clear that the cart was not working. Like it was not like, it was like a night, it was like kind of garbage cart, I would say. So we went up to the cart. I'll show you the video after this. Ethan took a video of me making it. I go to this cart and I start making hot chocolate. I get the powder, I put it in the cup, but the hot water was empty. It was just this hot pot, but no water. So we're walking around. I have a plastic cup of just hot chocolate powder, no water. We go up to some people trying to obtain hot water. We couldn't get any. Then we found a mom who looked like she could help us because she looked nice. She had kids with her. So we're like, hey, we're struggling here. I got this hot chocolate powder. Would you recommend using hot water from the sink or cold water from the fountain? What would you do? We asked her this question.
I would use hot water.
I agree. Hot water because you're less likely to have bacteria in the
Yeah.
hot water.
Yeah.
So she was like, don't use cold water. It won't mix right. She's like, thank you so much. Honorary.
good take.
Okay, wow.
So-
Good take.
It's a mom.
That's
A mom would know
take.
that. Yeah.
Honorary Indianapolis mom helped us out. And we go to the sink. We go to this bathroom. They only have cold water from the taps. And at that point,
wow.
it was like, I don't, like, is eating this powder worth it? So we said no. We kept the powder with us throughout the game. In the event we stumbled upon hot water, we didn't. So at the car, it was, okay, do we bring the powder home and risk spilling it in the 5-hour drive in the middle of the night? Or do we dump it here and do a burial service? We performed a burial service.
Fair enough. Okay.
R.I.P.
Respect.
That's respect. That's all I got
Yeah.
for Indianapolis. Shout out to Ethan. It was a great time. It was 19 hours from 11 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Like, I have
plus
a
being
question.
dumb.
Did
Okay.
we want to discuss the game at all, or is that not
Yeah,
relevant?
sure. I didn't take notes on the game, but I'll talk about the game.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Talk about the game.
First, just real quick takes. We're a second half team. We showed it. We just stomped on their neck in the second half. Another big game by Donovan Edwards. Aiden O'Connell. Oh my God, he had a good game. He was hitting
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Must have been stressful at the game in that first half when he's just hitting everything. This Charlie Jones, who's his old buddy, just kept finding a spot. Shout out Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator, who adjusted it and turned to more of a man zone play in the second half. Great adjustment, and they pretty much held him for nothing in the second half.
Yeah.
Will Johnson, a couple of big INTs and a big tackle for loss.
He's big. Will Johnson's big. He's just that stock that you should have bought in early.
Yep.
Because Will Johnson is going places next year. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
All-American next year. Sophomore season, All-American, homegrown Michigan guy. We're all in on Will Johnson.
Okay, all in.
And shout out to Charlie Jones as well, because you just know Bill Belichick and the Patriots are at home.
Yep.
And they are just, oh my God.
6th round draft pick.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a certain demographic that fits into.
Yeah, so Charlie Jones, shout out to him. He's going to be a New England Patriot. That's given already.
Congratulations, Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations on joining the Patriots.
Yeah.
So I'll say, I gave good analysis on the Michigan-Ohio State game, so I'm all college football analysis out last week. I'll just say this. At the game, on the Charlie Jones thing, it was unbelievable. Like, we're there, and it's, okay, Aiden O'Connell, back pass. Oh, he's got this little Charlie Jones guy every single time. I don't know how many receptions he had. 12, maybe? 13?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Felt like he had 27. Watching the game live, it's like, oh, he's open again. He had a really, really good game. O'Connell played a great game.
Yep.
Purdue's actually a pretty good team. So, respect to Purdue. Good job, and good fans Purdue has.
They just lost Jeff Braun. He
Yes,
went
I
to
saw that.
he's going to Louisville. So
Yeah, I
saw that.
I don't know if the Purdue days are over, but yeah, that was kind of it for Purdue. So had a good thing going. I don't know what's going to happen with them, but yeah, shout out to Michigan. They just showed they were the better team. Second half team. Donovan Edwards, he's a dog.
Dog.
Yeah,
Dog.
for sure.
Dog. And yeah, go blue.
Go Blue.
Okay.
I have nothing else on Michigan other than it was awesome, and let's go beat TCU.
Yep.
All right, let's chat about the NFL a little bit.
Okay.
We each have some hot takes in no particular order. Why don't we let our special guest go first with what's your first hot take?
Okay, so first hot take, and I'll start off with a big one. I hate Jerry Jones. I hate the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh, that's a big take.
Okay, go ahead.
I
play.
think they've got, they got Micah Parsons. He's obviously a guy. He's front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. Dak Prescott is so overrated, but he's just average enough to keep them going because their run game is just, they've got it.
Pollard's
CD, yeah, Pollard's nice. Hey, he's another guy. Zeke, don't like Zeke, but guess what? Zeke has been productive this year when called upon, and CeeDee Lamb is just a guy who's, moving up to that level of elite wide receivers in the NFL. He's not there yet, but he's got the making of being there. So you know what? I think the Cowboys have a lot of pieces. Good defense, good running game, solid passing game, and I hate to say it, but I think I'd pick them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, the NFC is pretty wide open, so you can see them making it to the Super Bowl. But I just think that, Mahomes or Allen, whoever, is just going to stomp on them.
I hope that's the case,
Yep.
but unfortunately the Cowboys, they got the makings for a Super Bowl winning team.
Okay.
So I have a little point about this. I'll add. Cowboys aren't making the Soupy, by the way. Just they're not.
Fine, respect.
Okay.
Okay.
The Eagles are going to host the NFC Championship. That's just going to happen.
Okay.
It's going to be against the Niners. I am buying into the Brock Purdy story. I'm
Really?
buying into Shanahan.
Mr. Irrelevant?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. When I look at the NFC, it's like, okay, the Vikings, well, they're underdogs playing the Lions this weekend, so probably not them. The Cowboys I don't buy into. I like Seattle, but I don't like Seattle as the 2 team in the NFC. I like them as maybe the 5 or the 6 team.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Giants have some holes and had a really easy schedule. I think it's the Niners. There's not a lot of options. I don't buy into the Bucks.
Well, the fact that the Lions 5-7 still have a decent chance of making the playoffs is a bit of an indicator that it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decent teams, but Philly's your best team. And
The
Philly's still pretty unproven.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, like they might win the NFC Championship, but I don't like them in the soupy against the Bills or the Chiefs.
that's fair.
Baker Mayfield. We'll talk about him very briefly. We aren't sitting next to him. Those on YouTube, it's not Baker Mayfield. I know at the beginning you might have thought it's Baker. It's not.
Doppelganger.
Not as good of an arm. But
a better dude.
better dude. Yeah,
Better dude.
I'd say that as well.
Cheers to that.
The Niners, they didn't even put in a claim for Baker. I want people to know that because
Really?
that says a couple things. It says, one, we buy into Brock Purdy, right? The Brock Purdy, I won't do 15 minutes on Purdy, but he was the number 2 in training camp because Garoppolo wasn't with the team.
Yeah.
Lance was 1 and Purdy was 2. So Purdy got a lot of reps then. And then when Lance left, Garoppolo was 1, Purdy was 2. So Purdy it's not like this is a practice squad Nate Sudfeld guy. He's gotten a lot of reps. I'm buying into it. I am buying a lot of Brock Purdy stock. Hopefully the market doesn't crash like 08. Shout out my business finance project.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Good.
Niners.
Niners, I'm buying them.
All right. Going into the year, there was probably like 10 or 11 really good quarterbacks. It's funny how that list has shrunk, right? The NFL has been for a long time a quarterback league. But now that list of dogs is like Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Tua, and Burrows. And that's probably it.
Just
right
one Burrow,
now.
right? Just Burrow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Burrow. Sorry.
That's okay. We're from Windsor. We say S at the end
We
of
do
every
say
word.
yes. Yeah, it's Ford, not Fords.
Ford.
It's Chrysler.
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 Cora. It's just Cora. It's not
Just Cora.
Cora's.
True that.
Burrows.
Yep. You have to get one of those guys in order to be one of the guys. But it's just funny how Rodgers, Brady, Wilson have just kind of dropped. Like that second tier of quarterbacks, it's wide open.
Yeah.
And guess what? If Goff has a couple more good games, he's going to be in that second tier.
Okay,
He
but
is.
Goff throws
So
three.
crazy.
If Goff throws 3 picks against Minnesota.
He's back down to 18.
He is.
19,
He's so
21.
volatile. How do you say it?
Volatile.
Volatile.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
you're good.
never know what you're gonna get with Goff. But like you said, he can go to that next tier.
He's a green banana.
He is.
Could turn out beautifully.
Yeah.
Or it could turn out kind of mushy and tough to take the skin off.
You don't
Good
know.
take. That's
Yeah,
actually
thank
a
you.
really
It's
a good take, yeah.
But it'll still work for smoothies. In a good
Still
offense,
works for
it'll
smoothies.
still work.
Yep, true that.
We can talk about. Okay, you mentioned Brady. He's leaving the Bucks, right? We all agree that this is his last year as a Buccaneer.
I hope it's his last year of football, to
Agreed,
be honest.
but I think he's going to play one more year. He just can't seem to get it out of his system. He doesn't need to worry about Giselle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. Brady, like,
I mean, although that doesn't really seem like too much of a hindrance, but who knows?
yeah.
He has a new model girlfriend, and he's doing okay.
Does he?
Does he really?
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Oh, wow.
Good job, Tom. Let's have this conversation. So
Can we
he's
get her
leaving
on the
Tampa.
show?
Her? Probably not.
Could she fly in, maybe?
Probably not. Tom Brady.
Actually, speaking of supermodels, how about Alex Rodriguez in town last night in Windsor?
He was?
Yes,
Really?
he was at the Bourbon in Tecumseh last night. He's dating
Wow.
a girl from Windsor. Sorry,
I heard that.
I
Yeah.
just dropped a hot breaking news right there.
That's good.
That's big breaking news.
Wow.
Alex
Breaking news for
Rodriguez. I have picture evidence.
You weren't there.
I was not there. I was in Detroit last night, but Alex Rodriguez was in Windsor. He was at the Bourbon in Tecumseh with his new Windsor Essex girlfriend, and yeah. So shout out to Windsor for that.
Yeah.
Good
for
job.
sure.
Okay, back to that's actually sick. Back to
Good
Brady.
take.
I'm going to present some options, and you're going to tell me what's happening. I think most likely he goes and does news stuff for Fox and makes $1 billion.
Okay.
I agree.
That's most likely.
Most likely.
Okay, on the board. Reunion in New England is on the board.
Low, but I guess
It's on the board.
possibility.
I
Yeah.
don't think it will happen. There was a couple weeks ago there was some murmurs about it. Right? Don't write on that, Tal. Remember, because the mic.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Jets are a sneaky one that I actually, and when you look at teams that he could end up, the Jets are on the board. He's not going to want to go to New England or New York because he's going to have to play Josh Allen, and he wants to win a division, which brings me to the Titans and the Colts. Teams that could use a quarterback, that have pretty good running games, where if he wants to just win a division and maybe have a conference championship game next year, Tennessee and Indianapolis are his best options. Again, I think he's going to Fox. Do we all agree he's leaving Tampa to go be a Fox guy?
I think Fox, and I think it's just
I've
a
got
smart
Fox
decision.
at 50% odds. I've got the Colts at 12%,
Mm-hmm.
Titans at 11, Jets at 10, New England at 5, and retire is whatever else is left.
That adds up. It adds up.
It adds up.
It adds up.
It's about a 3.
Yeah, it adds up. But I think we're all going Team Fox.
Team Fox.
Okay, Team Fox. Good.
All right, I'll just present this. The Raiders are an absolute dumpster fire. They cost the Lions top 3 pick probably.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, confirmed fraud. McDaniels, their fraud of a coach. He's getting fired, right? He has to get fired.
Yeah, all those Patriots guys are frauds. Once they leave the organization, they're frauds.
Yeah, well done, Doran. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Al Davis, that's the freaky looking owner, right?
Oh my gosh.
He's scary.
Can you not get a hairstylist? Is there not somebody who can help him out?
Yeah.
Like Mark from across the street who takes care of Isaac?
Yeah.
We could fly her in. For sure she can take care of you. She's fun and, man, Noah can come and entertain people too.
Yeah.
So I just want to... We have some good takes, some bad takes. That's a good one. Here's an old good one I'm just going to recycle. In the offseason, I said, Al Davis, freaky looking Al Davis, dude. Listen, sell. Not the team. Sell Derek Carr high.
Yeah.
Sell Hunter Renfrow off the best season of his life.
Yeah.
If you want to keep Waller to have someone to put a couple butts in Vegas, fine. Keep him, but sell. Because if you look at the division, Herbo is awesome. The Chiefs are awesome. And the Broncos are terrible. And the Raiders still suck.
Yes.
And the Broncos are terrible, right?
Yep, awful.
So let's say the Broncos were even okay. What's the Raiders' best case scenario? Nothing.
Maybe sneak in the last wildcard spot.
So I said they should have completely just tanked.
And Adams is so good.
They did the
Unreal.
opposite of tank.
Yeah.
They can't stop him, and they
They
still can't win
sold out
games.
to a receiver who, unfortunately, like, you can have amazing receivers, but they just don't impact the game as much as you would like.
The Raiders fire McDaniels, Al Davis. You're weird, and you should have tanked and understood that the next 4 years with Mahomes and Herbo are going to be tough.
That's not Al Davis. What's the kid's name?
Mark Davis.
Mark,
Mark.
yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Is Al the dad? I'm
Al's
assuming.
The
dad.
dad who's died. Mark Davis.
R.I.P..
Is the,
Oh, sorry, Al.
R.I.P.. R.I.P..
The cereal bowl haircut guy.
Yeah.
All right, R.I.P. Al. but-
Both father and son, ugly. Not like you two. Not like you two. So you know what?
They're ugly.
Thanks,
They're
Baker.
ugly.
They're billionaires, but
Ugly.
they're still ugly.
Okay, Tal. What else? What else do you want to talk about here?
Can we talk about the Lions just for a moment?
Okay, fine.
Please.
So, like, I've tried not to get excited. Okay, now it's gone. I'm excited. Like, playoffs, the P word, it's a possibility. They have so many good young defensive guys. Like, Houston has played about 12 snaps, and he's second in rookies and sacks. Like,
Did you see that high
he
stat?
did a zip to below my darling dance sack. That was awesome.
He's a dog too. He's a dog. Yeah.
But all these guys, like Rodriguez and Joseph and Pascal and Houston, Hutch, like, man, they've got impact. There's a chance.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
I like the Lions playoff conversation. I don't think it's realistic, but it's a conversation that can be had. And you know what? We don't get to have that conversation as Lions fans.
Nope.
So why not? Why not
Meaningful
entertain it?
games is December is what we want. Guess what? It's December and there are meaningful games.
Yeah, Vikings, put them on alert. They're coming into
fraud watch.
Yeah, they're
No. They've been on fraud watch. If they lose, they are confirmed frauds.
Frauds,
They've
big
been
time.
on watch for a while.
for sure. You got Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. You're a fraud.
Respect.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lions. Anything else there? I don't want to get too
No,
excited.
that's it.
Well, I just want to see a bit more Jameson though. I'm a big JMO guy,
I can
and
write that down. Gunner on special teams.
what is that? Yeah, what
Can
is
you
that?
Explain that to me.
It's good. Just wait.
But
It's gonna happen.
you know what though? I want it now. So, call me a bad person for wanting to put a guy who hasn't played football in almost a year and putting him out there to just run routes. But I just want to see him. He's that shiny car. Let's start it a bit. Let's play around. Let's take it around the block.
Let
right?
it go.
Yeah.
Let her out.
Come on.
You saw it in the Infinity War and throughout the Avengers movies. It took Thanos some time. He didn't just rush into it. He waited until he had all the resources, and then he unleashed the gauntlet. That's JMO. We're just waiting. We're taking our time.
You're speaking from logic, and I respect that.
Okay.
But as Lions fans, we just don't get. We don't get.
Okay.
We don't get this.
We don't get much. Give
No,
us something.
Give us
please.
something. But
Okay.
respect to Isaac.
Okay.
Mature beyond his years.
You're probably
It's
right.
He's right. Yes.
Okay.
Excited.
Okay. You guys are both older than me in a couple years, in a fair amount of years, and you are drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Give me
Oh,
JMO.
for
Give me
sure.
yeah. Sure, give me it.
Yeah, it's like that Prime stuff that is all over our house.
Lions. Here's my last bit on the NFL. We should have an Odell conversation. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the grad transfer 5-star recruit Odell Beckham just going on trips everywhere, and it gets promoted right. When I'm watching the Heat game, I don't care to see Odell courtside at the game. I just don't care. I want to see Jimmy drop bucks on people. That's why I watch the Heat game, right?
Yeah.
So the Odell stuff, I think it's too much drama and too much money. this late in the year, a smart team's not going to want him, I don't think.
He's probably not a top 40 wide receiver in the NFL.
Not anymore.
Let's remember, he was going to be the Super Bowl MVP last year if he stayed healthy.
Possibly, but that was one game, right?
Correct.
Over the course of, his little bit there
was
with...
a year older and a busted up knee.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't... OBJ, shout out to him. He's a cool dude, it seems like, but I don't know how much value he's going to bring to a team. But hey, he's taking these free trips. He's going on tour. He's checking out what's going on in each state.
He's living his best life.
He is living his best life, right? So shout out to him, but I don't know. I think he's going to end up being a Cowboy, but any price you pay for OBJ is an overpaid price.
Well
Agreed.
done. I don't know. You guys know The Shop? It's the stupid, sit around and talk during games.
Yeah.
LeBron kind of has
it's
it.
It's an HBO thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Odell was on it, and he basically said that he doesn't want to play in the regular season. He should only play in the playoffs. He actually said that he's earned it, and he doesn't want to play in the regular season. He also said he wants to He's like, I can't say where I'm going, but me and Saquon have unfinished business.
You know what?
So I don't know if he wants to deal with Danny Dimes, but
I don't know why he's saying that. That's nonsense. And
Because he needs a job.
He does need a job.
No, he doesn't.
But you know what? I'm not a Roger Goodell fan, and we talk about commissioners. Step in, veto it. Right? You got to play a certain amount of regular season games. If you're a free agent, you got to play a certain amount of regular season games. You can't just show up in the playoffs and all right, I'm ready. Let's go.
It's like Roger Clemens used to sit out the first 3 or 4 months of the year and say, "Oh, I'm coming back." The Yankees would be like at All-Star break saying, "Oh, he's going to come back."
Yeah. No.
It was poop.
Play your games. Play your regular season games, then you play in the playoffs.
Okay.
I have nothing else on the NFL. Do we want to do some Doran topics? Do you want to?
Yeah, let's do a little bit of Doran topics.
Okay, this will be a little longer, Tal. You're gonna have to be okay with that because this is a banger. Respectfully,
banger.
shout out Doran.
I told you it was going to be a good
Baker
show.
Mayfield, my 98-yard drive. This is what the podcast is. This
honor being on the pod. One of the topics I did want to talk about is you guys are all Windsor guys, right? You guys love Windsor.
True.
We love Windsor. Who doesn't love Windsor? But as you get outside of Windsor and you go more north in Ontario, in Canada, the sports bars are awful. So one thing that Windsor has is amazing sports bars. Like you walk into John Mack's, you walk into Cramden's, and you've got NFL games on. You've got NBA games on. You walk into a Toronto, a Hamilton bar, they've got curling, they've got hockey. And it's like, who wants that? Like, I get it, this is what Canadians do, but Windsor has it down pat with our sports bars. They're very Americanized.
Just got enough American mix
that
we can be big sports fans, but still be Canadian.
Yeah.
It's key.
It's
Go
a good...
Canada. For those people that are not watching on YouTube, and by the way, you can watch on all your streaming services, right? Spotify.
No, that's not what a streaming service is. That's Netflix.
Oh, that's Netflix.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But you can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google.
Yeah, YouTube. You say YouTube?
I said YouTube.
Not Netflix yet.
No, not Netflix yet. Although there's some talk about a show.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think Netflix is missing the boat on the podcast game.
Oh, we're just building the momentum. Once we get to triple digits, we're gonna explode.
Yeah,
Boom.
big time. Buy your stock now. Buy your stock right now. We should have bought it a while ago, right? But anyways,
we own the stock.
Shout out to Windsor. Shout out to Windsor. Best sports bars.
Agreed.
I'll just on bars, airport bars, undefeated, never lost. They've never lost. Airport bars are great. That's all I have there.
My last thing that I want to talk about is Isaac. You are at the prime age right now for your sports fandom. Like every pod I listen to, I hear, I was just at the Lions game, and then I went to the Pistons game after. Going to Indianapolis, going to the Michigan games. Like you're eating it all right now. Mm-hmm. And as you get older, there's less opportunities to eat this stuff up.
Yeah.
So we just want you to know these are the prime years. Keep riding this wave. Is there any big plans in the next couple of years of things that you want to cross off your list?
Sports stuff?
Sports stuff, yeah.
Wow, thanks, man. I don't know. I just want to keep watching as much sports for as often as a low price as I can. Meaning, when I go see Thanksgiving, I want to bottom out and get cheap tickets. When I go to Indianapolis, I'm going to spend some money and get real tickets, right? So I'm just kind of at that point where I give a little and take a little there. Just seeing what I can. I don't know. I don't have any playoffs to watch because all my teams aren't in the playoffs other than Michigan.
But that means that we get good deals and we can move down low and sit with the Pistons family, get on TV at Tiger games.
Yeah, right? Like Todd Hawkinson, TJ's dad. He was such a good dude, and we bumped into him, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just seeing as much as I can for the time being, understanding that I have only so much time.
Well, yeah, you only have so much time, but playoffs, you're gonna be there.
Oh, that's
the Pistons.
the thing. Yeah.
Pistons, Lions, maybe the Red Wings. If they make the playoffs, you're going to be there.
Well, it's like, I want to go to Cleveland and watch a Cavs Nets first round game if that happens. Like, that would be sick. I want, like, there's Toronto. I want to go and watch Toronto beat up the Bulls in the play-in. Like, there's just little stuff like that where it's hop in a car and go and watch a team that I like, but isn't
Our Toronto boys would love that.
Down.
We got some urban.
Down. Probably won't be the
Beaver.
Bulls. Probably going to be,
Yeah, that'd be good.
like, I don't know, the Pacers maybe. They're always playing. They might just throw them in the plan. But that's what I got there. Thanks, Doran.
No problem. Actually, Tal, do you got anything left in terms of wanting to cross off your bucket list for sporting events or
He
anything like
wants
that?
the Lions soupy.
Yeah, I want a Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah, me and my friends, we have a blood pact that if the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, doesn't matter where we're at in life, doesn't matter what we've done to each other, we have to go to a Lions game if they make it to the Super Bowl.
Are you accepting applicants?
Yeah.
I'll give you my resume.
Okay, shout out to second deck.
I'll submit my application.
If the Lions make it to the Super Bowl,
Just a question: do I have to fight the big dude in order to get on the list?
no, there's room for everybody.
He can
Blevins is a fighter. No, sorry, Blevins is a lover, not a fighter.
That's good to know.
It's like Andre the Giant.
Yeah, Andre the Giant.
Excellent. Okay. Doran, awesome. We'll have you on again. This was great. Anything else? Baker Mayfield, 98-yard drive. Anything else to say to people after you just came back and beat the Raiders on primetime?
No, just never give up. Doesn't matter if you're on a team 2 days before or 2 years before. Just never give up.
Okay, never give up. Tal?
Good point. No, thanks everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks to our fans. And just during this recording this podcast, got a shout out from Ken Stewart. Thanks for the support.
Respect.
Mitch, Beaver. We saw him last Saturday. That was good to see him.
Shout out Beaver.
Thanks everybody. Shout out Beaver.
Okay, go blue.
Go blue.